How you doing, guys? It's Richie. Got some more Madman comics. We have issue number 9, 10, and 11. Mikeallred, coloring by his wife, Laura. Sean Connaught. I don't know who that is. Anyway, so now I think we're starting off and he's like in a dream state. And great art as usual. I love it. I was watching a video the other day and somebody was saying, I forget who it was, that they couldn't stand Allred's art. I love it, man. Maybe I got to break open those library editions. Maybe show one of them off, see how the build is. I haven't even really looked too deep into them. Anyway, so if he's like in a dream, he's like shrunken down. This issue is a little hard for me to follow. I don't know. Maybe when I reread it, it's just not, I don't know. I didn't find it to be as good as all the others. So he's seeing this guy, which I think is Clint Eastwood. It looks just like him. And he's talking to him. The guy's telling him, what is he saying? That he's a Nephite. He's the fourth Nephite. And he's just one of them weird, like, dream sequences. So he's in a cave. And he comes across this guy. He's like stuck in a bubble. And he says he's going to help him, but he doesn't really help him. And he says, I'll come back for you. So I'm assuming this is the beginning of some kind of creature that's going to show up 8 or 9 issues down the line. So that's what seems to happen a lot in his comics. So he's walking through this tunnel. And he's tiny. And he's not understanding what's really going on. He gets attacked by a spider. Just a lot of action. A lot of crazy. I think he's done an issue or 2 of Spider-Man. So that's that same, that fits well, like that movement style. It's all very Ditko. Ditko-ish. So he hops onto some guy's face, and he's so small, he's climbing up the like little hair stubble until he gets to a pimple, and then he gets blasted out of there. So this guy, he's the creep. And he's just like this giant because he's so big compared to Madman. And that's a really creepy looking face, so the name fits. Turns on the faucet to get away from him. Out he goes. But the creep is still after him. And this little robot comes out. Hey, yo, Frank. Is Hughes in here? So the robot's been sent, I think, by Dr. Flem to find him. To find Madman. Frank Einstein. So the creepy kid picks up the robot and is messing around with him, and the robot electrocutes him. So now the kid's really pissed and he wants to stomp them both out. He finally winds up shooting him with a dart with some kind of medicine to make him go right to sleep. That's a crazy looking face. That's almost like, what the hell is that artist's name? Charles Burns. Right? That's very Charles Burns-ish. To me it is. But what do I know? I'm just a layman. So he's telling them here that his friends have all been captured. And he's telling them the story of what's happened. Those robots from a few issues ago that they were fighting, they're back. And they beat up everybody that, he cares about, all his squad, his team. Takes away his girl. Dr. Flem's hiding. This is like what happened a few hours before. So it's going in the past, and there's the little robot. And they killed the mother robot. Mother, he says. And there's, what's his name? Factor Max. Play on Max Factor. Guess you'd have to be around in the 80s to know. So the reason being why he's so small is he's got some kind of chemical on him. So he's got to take a shower to get it off of him. So then they're out trying to sneak around in the woods, and this creature. I forget where I think that was in an issue just for a couple seconds. An earlier issue, I forget though. I don't sense any hostility from you. Maybe we can make like friends, but I don't think you're going to make friends with it. So the robot tries to give him the tranquilizer dart, and he just smacks it away. It's a pretty cool creature. It's very dark and evil looking. So he takes Einstein, and the robot's like, don't think I won't. And the robot's trying to keep up, and he takes him up to the top of the hill, and there's Clint Eastwood from the dream sequence. Yeah, that's got to be Clint. Modeled after Clint. So he starts telling them what's going on. Why am I so important to you? That's what Madman's saying. Exactly who are the three Nephites? And he's kind of being real vague about it and pretty much telling them the time is the time, when it's time, and when it's time, the four horsemen will ride. Good luck, kid. So I guess he's one of this pack of Nephilites. Or is he just imagining and dreaming this? That's a great shot of the robot. That would have been a good full page. This panel right here, and just boom. He doesn't do those too often. They're always like one small and one like that. So he goes back to the office or whatever, and boom, there's Astro Man, his buddy, who's modeled after him. Cool page. Madman's mailbag. I didn't feel like reading that. Big guy, Rusty the Robot, Jeff Darrow, another great cartoonist. I get some Madman shirts. Cool pencils. That's the back cover. I don't know who did that. I'm not really crazy about it. Now check this out. This, penciled by Mikeallred, and I'm guessing painted by Alex Ross. I don't think he does digital. Well, this is 98, probably 97, 98. Great cover though. Forgot this even existed. That's a crazy thing about collecting comic books for so many years, that you forget a lot of the stories, and you can always go back and reread them, and it's like kind of reading them for the first time. So I get a kick out of that. It's the little things in life. Same thing, Mikeallred, colored by Laura, lettering by Sean Cannot. Factor Max Rising. Runaway Renegade Robots. So he's following Astro Man. They're going to team up. They're going to kill the robots that took his girl and Dr. Flem and everybody. That's Astro Man's girl. Or robot, I guess. So they're chilling out, and then all of a sudden here come these other little robots to, like, I guess they're on the same side from wherever their lab is. So they're all together now, and they come across one of their own that's damaged. And so they bury it. It's a robot. Bury a robot. Robots cut from the same cloth or program, yet following different paths. What went wrong? Just very clean artwork. Very, very, like, I just love it, man. And those thick lines. Just comes out really nice. Just a beautiful books, man. And I don't know if I said this last time, I saw a bunch of Mikeallred original art. And, you know, it goes anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 a page, but there was some cool pages, man. So, here come the robots that they fought in, what was that, issue 5 or something. Another one. This would have made for a great full-page splash. Yeah, I don't know why he cuts them like that. I guess just for storytelling. So, there's a huge opening ahead. Astro Man thinks he's going to be able to sneak by these guys, but it doesn't work. He gets crushed. So, like an idiot, he tries to use a flamethrower on a robot made of who knows what kind of metal. That's not going to work. Doesn't do anything. So they're kind of like letting them go, the robots. Like it's like they even say it, and they're herding him towards something. Great panels, man. Just great cartooning. I love it. And then, boom, here comes one of the robots again, one of the bigger ones. And he's able to blast a laser right through his head. Kills another one. But they're saying that it just seems so easy. And then what happens? I understand you've been looking for me. Well, I couldn't be happier. You found me. It saves me a trip. It's him. I don't know what to do. Here's what we do. And then like a maniac, he just jumps in there and catches a beating. So they're talking back and forth. And it turns out Factor Max wants to know like everything Madman knows. Like he wants his brain patterns. It's very odd. He thinks like he's got all the answers to the world and he just can't remember. So here's all his buddies, Dr. Flem and everybody else in like these capsules. So I'm not going to read all that. He zaps his girl. Help me, Astro Man. Now he's bugging out. I'm on my knees. He's telling him, give me the codes. Give me the codes. And he's like, what are you talking? I don't know any codes. So he just starts rambling off numbers. And Factor Max is yelling at him, just comply. Now, he's getting worked up, Madman. Comply, stop saying that, he says. Do you comply? Then he like bursts into like this other thing. Like he's all these weird powers are coming out of him. So he spazzes out and boom, he releases everybody. Factor Max knows that there's a problem. This presents a dangerous unknown element to us. Delete him. And he's like going through all these changes. That's a great, look at that with that long metal outstretched arm. These are great creatures, man. Or great robots, rather. So, he winds up blasting him. Knocks his head off his shoulders. So, they won that battle. That's when I saw the hand of God. Was I dead? Was it my time? Nope, he gets flicked away. Guess not. Next, the truth about everything and all the rest. So, another great, oh look at this, Madman Ragdoll, over 18 inches tall. I wonder if you could find one of them. It was $30. And some Alex Ross pencils. Look at that. Wow. Wow. The man's good. And he's still cranking it out. Almost 25, 26 years later. Next issue, The Truth and Nothing But. And then you got a nice Alex Ross piece on the back. How much you think that original is worth? Okay, issue number 11. Interesting cover, a little busy. All right, same crew. Mike, Laura, Sean. The Truth About Everything and All the Rest. Hey Frank, how you doing, buddy? They're talking to him and he's like in a trance. And in his head, he's going through these musical notes. It's kind of like 2001. Remember that movie? Like, just odd. That's what it reminds me of, like this acid trip flashing. So we get to Dr. Flem. He gets the head working and he says, he is the key. An entire belief system simplified into a self-replicating program. So he's working on Factor Max to see like what his deal is, what makes him tick. Now he starts, Madman starts bugging out, like he's talking to somebody that's not there. And he says, I'm coming to get you. I'm on my way. Yes, sir. You can count on me. And they're all like, where is he going? So they inject him with some stuff, and they're trying to work on him and seeing, like, why is he bugging? And the head is still talking, saying about fulfilling destinies. That is an awesome panel. That's really cool. So Astro Man and this guy are beefing because he's aggravated that they had to go through all that, and he chops the top of Astro Man's head off. Astro Man's girl crushes the head, but they missed all the vital circuitry, so he's all right. So now he just got like a flat head. Meanwhile, Madman gets away unnoticed since they were fighting with that robot. What was his name again? I forget. He's trying to chase him down to see what's going on, and there's the big brain guy. So it turns out they have like a psychic link. And they're just talking, Biofard. That's his name, Bioford. Ford. And they're going back and forth. And then you get this. Look at that. Pretty nice. You know, it's weird because it's very basic, but it just looks so smooth and clean. And the colors, they're like almost like those flat colors. That looks great. Like that red. Very niche. Very niche. So they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. Now all of a sudden, he keeps begging the guy, like, let me sleep. I need to rest. And then the madman just decides to lay on the sidewalk and fall asleep. So now they can't get him up. Here comes Astro Man and his girl. She's trying to wake him up. He's not dead or anything. He's just sleeping. Astro Man grabs him. Now Madman's dreaming this, like this giant head. Mondstadt, what are you talking about? Trip down memory lane seems to be in order. Look familiar, it's you. And he's dressed up like 007. Shooting guys, and as this is dreaming this, he's bugging out, like not knowing where he is. So they bring him back by Dr. Flem and sucking on his thumb. I hear the note, it's him, the one you call Frank. So they're trying to figure out, I can't even figure out what the hell's going on. I read it already. Face it, kid, look. And he's dreaming of himself pulling somebody's heart out from a hanged body. Frank, it's okay, I have you. No, it's not true. It's not true. No. The exit of Dr. Boyfard, part 1. So I'll have to get that, because I don't have it. Frazetta did a piece for him. I think he did a couple. Kirby did one too, I think. I forget what issue it was in. He's smart getting pinups from all the greats. Alex Ross, Frazetta, Kirby. It's probably all the top guys from who came up in the 70s and 60s and were still around in the 90s. Kirby was just on his tail end. I think he died in 92, 94? But anyway, as usual, another great look into the Madman series. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one.